The UK, not having a good week if your name is Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the UK. You should have reasonable doubts about him apparently not knowing or believing what Peter Mandelson said about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And Parliament right now, they are calling for Keir Starmer to step down. Now, do I think this is going to happen? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But if your name is Keir Starmer, you are not having a good day. These Epstein files are really putting a cramp in some people's week. So we're going to show you two different outlets here. GBN leans more conservative. And then we're also going to show you what The Guardian is saying about this, which leans more liberal, to be fair. But check this out.
Tonight, we are witnessing the downfall of Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer. This is it. In Parliament, Sir Keir Starmer admitted he knew about Peter Mandelson's continued friendship with the world's most notorious paedophile, Jeffrey Epstein, and he appointed him anyway.
Can the Prime Minister tell us, did the official security vetting he received mention Mandelson's ongoing relationship with the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein?
So clear.
Yes, it did. As a result, various questions were put to him. Mandelson completely misrepresented the extent of his relationship with Epstein and lied throughout the process, including in response to the due diligence.
Did you hear the gasp? Did you hear the gasp from everybody? Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. Keir Starmer appointed someone. We'll get into who he is. He appointed someone named Peter Mandelson, who had direct relations with Jeffrey Epstein, and they are holding him accountable. When I saw these videos yesterday, I said, this is exactly what our Congress should be doing right now. Everyone in Congress, they should be doing this to Donald Trump. They should be doing this. I think the Clintons are supposed to come testify. They apparently have agreed to come testify now. That's interesting. They should be doing this to everyone. They want him out. And you can't blame them. You really can't. Let's go on a little bit more. It's not good.
Keir Starmer admitted that he relied on the word of a man widely regarded as a serial sleazebag about his relationship with a known paedophile. Starmer said that, well, he was just misled by Mandelson, didn't he? Reform's Robert Jenrick, though, claimed today that Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper revealed Peter Mandelson was not subject to security vetting before being named as ambassador. So the decision to appoint Mandelson and the subsequent fallout is on the Prime Minister, and he has to go. We need to cast our minds back, because even when more evidence emerged about Mandelson and Epstein, Starmer stood up in Parliament and backed him.
The ambassador has repeatedly expressed his deep regret for his association with him. He's right to do so. I have confidence in him.
Oh, boy.
Sir Keir Starmer knows he's finished over this. He knows it's game over. Just watch this video and look at Starmer's hands here. Now, I think it's pretty obvious he's shaking.
But can I reassure the House, Mr. Speaker? Let me reassure the House. The process for deciding what falls into those categories will not be a political process. It will be led by the Cabinet Secretary, supported by government legal teams.
The moment there on that is you can see how he's trying to hold his hands to stop them shaking, and then he drops one on the desk in front of him, and you can see it going. So just watch it again, and we've zoomed in on it for you.
The process for deciding what falls into those categories will not be a political process. It will be led by the Cabinet Secretary.
Do you see he was trying to stop his hands from shaking? So let me tell you something, okay? I think Keir Starmer, you're full of shit too, okay? These people knew. He already knew that he had a relationship with Epstein. When people raised their voices about it before, he said, well, I trust that he can do the job and do it right. You knew. And now, yeah, you're shaking because this information is out there. And yeah, you're probably going to have to resign, Keir Starmer. I haven't watched George Galloway yet today, but I'm pretty sure George Galloway is going to go off about this one. You were complicit. All these people were complicit. We'll go on a little bit more here. I just think it's hilarious.
Clear as day. Even now, Sir Keir Starmer is accused of still trying to cover things up. He wanted it to just be his cabinet secretary who would be in control of the release of all of the Mandelson evidence. That would allow senior civil servants to dictate which documents could be withheld, not just on national security grounds, but also on grounds relating to international relations, which, given that Peter Mandelson was going to be a US ambassador, right, would have been everything, wouldn't it? It would have been everything. Think about what Starmer was trying to do there. Redact the whole thing. Shameful. Starmer is now facing a backbench revolt. Angela Rayner led the charge. And it will now be Parliament's Intelligence and Security Committee that dictates which documents we see and which we don't. And I certainly hope it's absolutely flipping all of them.
So they are pushing this forward to show documents. And like I said, you know, they're going to decide what you get to see and what you don't get to see. But this is the same type of energy that we should have in our Congress right now. Same type of energy. You know, the UK moves kind of differently. And I have to say this, you know, what's really interesting, Keir Starmer, that you were willing to give Peter Mandel a chance. You were willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though you knew there was a relationship there with him with Epstein. Meanwhile, you have police knocking down people's doors in the UK because of content that they post on social media for being pro-Palestinian. So do you see how they are willing to inflict violence on the working class for little things like, I don't know, freedom of speech? But you got someone right there next to you who you knew had this relationship with this slime ball, and you appointed him to a position anyway. You didn't see the police knocking his damn door down. So you see who they protect and who they go after. That's the hypocrisy here. The way that the UK, by the way, have really cracked down on social media and free speech. The videos that I have seen, the way that they are beating people, taking people to jail because of what they post on social media, it is very scary because they're basically like the stepchild of the United States. You got all that violence out there towards the working class for expressing free speech, but you ain't got nothing for this guy. That's the crazy part about it. But who is Peter? Let me tell you a little bit about Petey Pete. Who is Peter Mandelson? This is the guy. Okay. Lord Mandelson and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein are back in the spotlight after numerous emails between the pair featured in the latest release of documents by the U.S. Department of Justice. Notice it says back in the spotlight. What was his role in labor? Let's go on a little bit here. Lord Mandelson started working in labor in the 1980s. He's been a central figure in the party for decades. He played a key role in the new labor movement, which saw Sir Tony Blair win a landslide election victory in 1997. He comes from that movement. And we all know Tony Blair is a war criminal. He played a key role. Oh, here we go. The MP for Hartlepool held a number of ministerial roles, but was twice forced to resign in scandal. Again, this is someone with a history. But Keir Starmer was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. His first resignation was in 1998, when it was revealed he had received a secret loan of £73,000 from his ministerial colleague, Geoffrey Robinson. Less than a year, he was back in government as Northern Ireland secretary before being forced to quit in 2001 over allegations of misconduct related to a passport application for the Hinduja brothers. An inquiry later cleared him of wrongdoing. After spending 4 years as EU Trade Commissioner, he made another shock comeback when the Prime Minister Gordon Brown, appointed him as business secretary and gave him a place in the House of Lords. Why was he sacked as U.S. ambassador? So again, global politics is domestic politics. You see the relationship here? Yeah, buddy. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer appointed the Labour veteran as the UK's ambassador in Washington in December of 2024. It was hoped his contacts across business and politics, as well as his ability to charm, would help him to develop a strong relationship with the incoming Trump administration. Lord Mandelson's friendship with Epstein and the fact that he continued his relationship with the financier after he was convicted was known at the time of the appointment. What'd I tell you? They knew. Even The Guardian. Labor MPs say Starmer days as MP are numbered amid fury over Mandelson. Days are numbered. Labor MPs have warned that Keir Starmer's days as prime minister are numbered after a day of fury over the appointment of Peter Mandelson as U.S. ambassador, despite his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. The government was on the brink of a defeat in the Commons until a mid-debate amendment brokered by Meg Hillier and Angela Rayner to force the release of the documents about Mandelson's appointment and the depth of his relationship with the convicted child sex offender. So they want him out of there. They want him out. Now, here is Keir Starmer now asking for forgiveness, right? This is his statement now.
Let me be clear. No one is above accountability. And no one, however well connected, however experienced, however senior, should hold public office if they cannot meet the basic test of honesty.
But you knew that he had that relationship with Epstein and you appointed him anyway. So apparently, yes, some people are above the law.
I also want to address the publication of the information Mandelson provided during the appointment process. I understand the strength of public feeling. I share the anger that people feel when powerful individuals appear to escape scrutiny. And I want to be able to release those documents as quickly as possible. I wanted to release them yesterday, in fact, and to talk about them at Prime Minister's questions.
No, you didn't. So here's the thing. If he wanted to release them, he could have done that already. Notice the talking points, guys. Here we go again with no one is above the law. I wanted to release the documents. Sound familiar? Similar talking points to our politicians right here in the United States.
But the police have advised that releasing certain information now could risk prejudicing a future investigation or legal process. And however frustrating from my personal point of view that is, and it is, I will not take any step, however politically tempting, however popular, that risks justice for victims.
Go ahead and step down, Pierce. We got to play pressure for this. I said Pierce, Kears. Go ahead and step down, Kears. You're under pressure.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
A moment can live on forever, Kears.
Because this is not and must never become a political game. The victims of Epstein have lived with trauma that most of us can barely comprehend. And they've had to relive it again and again. They have seen accountability delayed and too often denied. To them, I want to say this. I am sorry. Sorry for what was done to you. Sorry that so many people with power failed you. Sorry for having believed Mandelson's lies and appointed him. And sorry that even now you're forced to watch this story unfold in public once again. But I also want to say this. In this country, we will not look away. We will not shrug our shoulders.
Dude, you looked away when you appointed him. Everyone's sorry now, right? Bill Gates, I'm sorry I had a relationship with him. I'm sorry I ever knew him. I am sorry that this happened. Keir Starmer over here. Everybody's sorry now. Or it's, I didn't really know the guy. I never went to the island. Wink, wink. If he wanted the information released, he could have asked for that information to be released before he decided to appoint him. The thing is, Keir Starmer didn't want the information released. And whoever Keir Starmer is working for, whoever is his boss, probably told him, go with the flow. So they're pushing for him to step down. And I think that should happen. And honestly, we need to have that happen here in the United States. Same thing, similar thing needs to happen. So you should have reasonable doubt when it comes to Keir Starmer, what he says he did not know, and that he's, oh, so sorry now. No, you're sorry you got caught. That's what it's about. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.